LangGraph streaming system enables real-time data propagation through custom channels, allowing arbitrary model outputs to be surfaced progressively during graph execution. This mechanism leverages a stream writer interface to emit user-defined data chunks directly from node functions, supporting integration with external APIs that don't conform to standard LLM interfaces. We're about to examine how this custom streaming is implemented, focusing on the stream writer acquisition pattern and the configuration required to receive these custom data streams during graph execution. The code demonstrates a minimal node setup that processes streaming chunks from an external client and propagates them through LangGraph's custom stream mode. From LangGraph, config import getStreamWriter. Def call arbitrary model state. Example node that calls an arbitrary model and streams the output. Hash get the stream writer to send custom data. Writer equals getStreamWriter. Hash assume you have a streaming client that yields chunks. Hash generate LLM tokens using your custom streaming client. For chunk in your custom streaming client state topic, hash use the writer to send custom data to the stream. Writer custom LLM chunk. Return result, completed. Graph equals. State graph state. Add node call arbitrary model. Hash add other nodes and edges as needed. Compile. Hash set stream mode equals custom to receive the custom data in the stream. For chunk and graph stream. Topic, cats. Stream mode equals custom. Hash the chunk will contain the custom data streamed from the LLM. Print chunk. This code demonstrates how to integrate external streaming LLM APIs with LangGraph using custom streaming mode. The pattern allows you to stream data from any LLM client, even those not implementing LangChain's chat model interface, by using getStreamWriter to emit custom chunks during execution. The implementation works by creating a node function that calls an arbitrary streaming client, then uses the stream writer to emit each chunk as it arrives. The graph is configured with stream mode equals custom to receive these chunks in the output stream. This approach provides flexibility to work with raw LLM clients or external services while maintaining LangGraph's streaming capabilities. The trade-off here is that you need to manually handle the streaming logic and chunk formatting, unlike with Lang chain-integrated models, where streaming is handled automatically. This pattern is particularly useful when working with proprietary or non-standard LLM APIs that don't have Lang chain support, or when you need fine-grained control over the streaming behavior. The code shows how to maintain the reactive nature of LangGraph applications while accommodating diverse LLM implementations. Let's break it down. From LangGraph, config import getStreamWriter. Imports the getStreamWriter function from LangGraph's config module, which provides functionality for creating stream writers used in custom streaming modes to handle real-time data updates from graph nodes. Def call arbitrary model state. Example node that calls an arbitrary model and streams the output. Defines a function named callArbitraryModel that takes a state parameter. The docstring indicates this function serves as an example node for calling an arbitrary model and streaming its output, suggesting it's part of a LangGraph workflow where nodes process data and can stream results. Hash get the stream writer to send custom data. Writer equals getStreamWriter. Calls getStreamWriter and assigns the returned stream writer object to the variable writer. This retrieves a writer instance that can be used to send custom data through LangGraph's streaming system, enabling real-time transmission of arbitrary user-defined updates or progress signals from within graph nodes. For chunk in your custom streaming client state topic, iterates over chunks of data from a custom streaming client, passing the topic value from the current state as an argument. This loop processes each chunk as it becomes available from the streaming source, enabling real-time handling of the data stream.
Hash use the writer to send custom data to the stream. Writer custom LLM chunk.
Calls the writer function with a dictionary containing a single key, custom LLM chunk, mapped to the value of the chunk variable. This sends the chunk data to the stream in custom mode, making it available for real-time processing or display. The operation is synchronous and immediate, with no visible transformation of the chunk data.
Return result. Completed.
Returns a dictionary with a single key, result, mapped to the string value, completed. This indicates the successful completion of an operation or task, likely serving as a status signal in a workflow or state machine.
State graph state.
Creates a new state graph instance, initialized with the state class. This sets up a graph structure where state defines the data model that will flow through the graph's nodes and edges. The state graph constructor takes the state class as its primary parameter to establish the graph's state management system.
Add node call arbitrary model.
Adds a node named call arbitrary model to the graph. This node will be part of the graph's execution flow and can be invoked during graph traversal. The specific behavior of this node depends on the implementation of the call arbitrary model, function, or object, which is not visible in this line.
Compile.
Compiles the LangGraph workflow into an executable graph structure. This method call finalizes the graph definition and prepares it for execution, enabling the streaming capabilities and node processing logic to be operational.
For chunk and graph stream.
Iterates over chunks of data streamed from the graph object. The stream method is called on the graph instance, initiating a streaming process that yields data in chunks, which are then processed sequentially in the loop. This pattern is commonly used to handle real-time or large data streams where processing the entire dataset at once would be impractical.
Topic, cats.
Creates a dictionary with a single key value pair where the key is topic, and the value is the string cats. This represents a simple data structure that associates the topic identifier with its corresponding value.
Stream mode equals custom.
Sets the streaming mode to custom for the LangGraph configuration, enabling the streaming of arbitrary custom data from within graph nodes. This allows integration with external services or raw LLM clients that provide their own streaming interfaces, rather than relying on LangChain's standard chat model interface.
Print chunk.
Prints the value of the variable chunk to the standard output. LangGraph's custom streaming mode bridges the gap between arbitrary LLM APIs and its reactive execution model. The pattern hinges on getStreamWriter, which injects a real-time data channel into any node function. By acquiring this writer and emitting chunks via writer custom LLM chunk, you transform external streaming clients into first-class participants in LangGraph's execution flow. The stream mode equals custom configuration, then surfaces these chunks directly in the output stream, preserving the reactive nature of the application while accommodating non-standard APIs. The trade-off is explicit. You gain flexibility to integrate any streaming source at the cost of manual chunk handling. This approach is particularly valuable when working with proprietary LLMs or services that don't conform to LangChain's interfaces, as it maintains streaming capabilities without requiring interface standardization. The node functions structure, acquiring the writer, iterating over chunks, and emitting them, creates a clean separation between the streaming logic and the graph state management, making it adaptable to diverse LLM implementations while keeping the core execution model intact.
The writer streams chunks while the state naps, yet both claim